because Patrick Mahomes gets a ton of credit for the way he has changed the game, and he has. But other guys have done it too. There's just something about the way that Patrick Mahomes does it that has an element of showmanship. Not that he's doing it on purpose. There's just something about his way that when he does it, it screams out.
Yeah.
It's more noticeable. And I don't know how to articulate it, Chris, but like Matthew Stafford has been making sidearm throws his whole career, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's because the Lions sucked the entire time he was there and nobody cared, nobody was paying attention. But there's a flair. There's that quality with Patrick Mahomes. And I've said it before. It's one of the differences between him and Russell Wilson. Back when Russell Wilson was truly as mobile as Patrick Mahomes, because I don't think Russell is anymore for a variety of reasons.
Right.
But with Russell, it happened too fast to appreciate. It was like a cobra strike. With Patrick Mahomes, he's got it's that hair on fire quality where he's moving around and it's like it's just always on the verge of falling apart, and then there's this whoop right there that it's just something about the way that his body moves in relation to everyone else that makes it more noticeable.
This is insane right here.
Entertaining,
That's
and it makes it more memorable.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I mean, that throw right there. I mean, let's just watch it one more time. This is because it's Mike. You're right. A lot of quarterbacks can kind of do it. I don't know if they can quite do it from some of the angles he does it from, and then to be spot on, just dead on accurate all the time when he does it. I think that's what does it a little bit. And you're right. There's been other quarterbacks that have done this stuff. I really think Brett Favre kind of started to make it cool. And then Aaron Rodgers came in and he was doing sidearm stuff. And I think slowly guys like Patrick Mahomes are growing up and they start, boom, well, let me start doing this. But there's something about the flexibility of his arm. He's Gumby and how he can do it. And he can do it better than anybody I've ever seen. Everybody, hey, we've seen a lot of people in the NBA shoot a fadeaway jump shot. They don't look like MJ. I can tell you that. Oh, it's a fadeaway shot. It ain't MJ's fadeaway shot. I don't know why. It just don't look as cool or as good or as on the money. And that's a little bit with Mahomes, I think, to what you're explaining there. He's special. He is an artiste. He really is. And he's so fun to watch because of that element you're talking about. And I'm excited to see this week, this game. There's a lot of things to talk about in this matchup. I know we're not going to get to them right now. But, yeah, he's got to have a bad taste in his mouth after that Super Bowl and what Todd Bowles did to him. And this is going to be a challenge because that Bucs defense is still really damn good.
First of all, I got 2 points to make, and then we have to take a break.
Right.
One, you mentioned Brett Favre. Kids, never emulate Brett Favre in any way, ever, for anything. Ever. Forget about Brett Favre.
I was just talking about throwing a football.
I know.
Okay?
I know. We don't have time to get into the whole Brett Favre thing, and it's hard during football season, but it's out there. People act like it's not being covered. It's being covered. We got 25 stories on it at PFT. Don't emulate Brett Favre. Don't be like Brett Favre in any respect. Whether it's 2022 Brett Favre, 2010 Brett Favre, if you know what I mean, or most instances of Brett Favre being Brett Favre. The one thing that we haven't mentioned, and we've kind of forgotten about it, the baseball influence in all of this.
Sure.
That's why he makes those throws. I remember him telling me this early in his career, maybe 2018, that he can make all those throws from any angle of his arm because when you play shortstop, you have no luxury of time to set up and get your feet right and crank your arm back and throw it the right way.
Yeah.
Point your shoulder toward, I still remember your little tip, point your shoulder toward where you're throwing and throw it. No, you don't have time to do any of that.
Sometimes
it's get the ball
right.
and get rid of it.
Right.
And so he developed the ability to be ridiculously accurate and to put a lot of juice behind a football from the shortstop reality of balls in the glove, balls out of the glove, balls out of my hand, and it doesn't matter where my body is, it doesn't matter where my arm is. And he developed that uncanny skill of being accurate and having a powerful ball that he can throw wherever that arm may be, and the fundamentals don't matter.
Agreed. And like you talked about there with Maria, he's got a lot of the basic fundamentals down, so now he can do those type of things. But I totally agree with you. The baseball element there, and then you get Josh Allen. I think it's the same type of thing. It doesn't look like Mahomes, but there is that element. They have, something in quarterback world we call sometimes just a great hand. The body doesn't have to be in these great positions all the time or the perfect position because they just have a hand to flick it or sidearm it or like you're talking about, that shortstop type throw. And Mahomes he's as good as I've ever seen in my life with it.
It is amazing to think the velocity that can be generated with the flick of a wrist. But Mahomes can do it. Allen can do it. It is a rare skill, and it needs to be appreciated. And it's hard to emulate it. I mean, how do you practice that? Are there kids? And there probably are kids doing those drills now, right?
They are.
Where they're practicing throwing it from every angle, and they're practicing just, standing there flat-footed and mustering everything from the wrist, not even the elbow or the shoulder, just the wrist.
It's a fight every time I have a catch with my son. I mean, it went from Odell Beckham Jr. one-hand catches to now, I have to say exactly what Patrick Mahomes says. Like, hey, Patrick Mahomes became a machine first, and then he started doing this. But, I mean, my son will have a catch in the backyard. He'll throw 5 throws, and throw number 6, he's holding the ball like Mahomes down here, and he starts running around, and he wants to do Mahomes stuff. And I just go, oh, my gosh, damn, all right. Hey, that was cool. All right, come on. Hey, get your shoulder back in there. Get the ball back up a little bit. So it's infectious. People love Mahomes. How can you not love Patrick Mahomes? Just the way he is, the way he handles himself. He's got a lovable smile. And then the way he plays football is just it's with joy. It's just awesome to watch. And he's one of my favorites ever to watch. There's no doubt about that.
Best thing I can say about him is he's never changed at any point during his career. No matter how big of a star he is, he's never changed. And we've seen other guys change. He's never changed.
Yeah.
Which is good, which is a testament to him, his family, his upbringing, his character, everything, that he's the same kid that he always was and he always will be. And none of this success and none of the fame and none of the money has caused him to be any different. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.